Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So in this video we are going to write a program for printing such patterns of stars. So let's get started. So first of all we'll take the parameter, like we'll initialize a variable which stores the number of rows. So let's say I want to build the same thing which is 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and now let me tell you which approach I would be using. So for this thing, let's say we are having the circles as our numbers and the stars as our spaces. So in the first row you could see there are two spaces, and in the first row there is only one number. In the second row we could see there is two number, in the third row there is three number. On the other hand, in the first row there is two spaces, in the second row there is one space, and in the third row there is no space. So we can say that the number of spaces is the row minus 1. Like in the first row there is, okay, we can say it's n minus 1, n minus I, like n minus the number of rows. So if n is, we are having n as 3, so the in its first row, so 3 minus 1 is 2, so we are having two spaces. So if I say for a second row, so n minus 2, which is 3 minus 2, which is 1, so we're getting one space over here. So we'll use the same logic over here and print, and we'll do this. So for I in range of for I in range 0 to n, and we would be printing a space over here, but this would be n minus I times. So and so let's do one thing, let's multiply this by n minus I. So this would just print star n minus I times. You're not able to see it now, but you'll get a clear idea. So let me just add one thing here. So end equals to this. Okay, now it's good. So let's do one thing after this. So okay, instead of this, let's print the star over here, that we will get an idea of what's happening over here. Okay, so this is good. Okay, fine. And okay, what if I remove this from here? Okay, perfect. So these are basically the spaces which we want. So this is correct. So let's just replace this by space. Okay, and now after this we want to print end equals to this, and after this we want to print a star. So let's print a star which is I times, which is I times, and where the end equals to this thing. Okay, so okay, so let's just do one thing, let's write a empty print over here. Okay, good. So the problem which we are facing now is we're having correct thing, but there's no space after this star, isn't it? So if we print I times, it is just printing I times the space. Okay, let's do one thing. Instead of this, let's initialize another for loop over here for j in range of 0 to I. If it's 0, so it would be I plus 1. Okay, now let's just do one thing, let's print j over here and let's see what's the value of j. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. So let's do print star and end equals to this thing. Okay, so we are getting the thing which we want. Okay. So for arranging all these terms to in vertical order, like in one above other, we just need to write the empty print over here. So as we can see now, we are getting exactly exactly the thing which we needed. So let's see if this works for 7 number of rows. And yes, this is working exactly how we wanted for 7 rows. So what we had done is we had first of all iterated through the loop. We had printed the number of spaces. So this is basically number of spaces. Instead of this, you can also write hash over here and see what's going on. So basically here there are spaces. We're printing as spaces, and so this logic is working like n minus 1 times. So this space is basically, if it's 7, this is 6 times. So we are multiplying the space by 6 times and then printing it over there. And this end equals to empty quotes means that the we don't have to move to the next line. This has to be continued in the same line. So we are doing this. After this, what we are doing is we are going in another loop and we are printing for j in range of I plus 1. So now for the first iteration, the j would be 0 and 0 plus 1 would be 1. So now that since the j is 1, this loop will be iterated only once. So we'll get this one time, we'll print this and then we'll move on to the next line. So since this has happened, this loop is also completed. For the second row, the spaces would be 4. Like if it is 7, the spaces would be 5. So here are the spaces. So after that, since now the value of I is 1, so here this would be something like for j would range from 0 to 2 because 1 plus 1 would be 2, so it would be 0 to 2, so 0 and 1. So this time what would happen is, um, this time this would print star twice with this end. So we will get a star and then a little space over here and another star. And like if so basically what was happening before was like all these things were coming in one line. So for breaking their lines we need to write an empty print over here which takes them to another line when when the loop is completed. So in this video we had learned how we can write a Python program for printing such star pattern. Thank you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts related to this star pattern, you can ask me over to the in the comment section. And thank you guys.